back. Another episode of True to the LF. It's your boy Kate Bash, and we are here today to talk about Marvel Rivals and get some good and bad habits sorted out with you guys. Okay, there's a lot of people that have good and bad habits in video gaming. We want to try to mitigate some of that and make sure our habits are the majority on the good side. So I've got a couple of bad habits here, a couple of good habits here that we can go through 4 and 4 as we normally do. So, a couple of bad habits that you guys are utilizing inside of Marvel Rivals. First off, one of the major ones right here, guys, finding somebody to blame if you are losing. That is a horrible tactic, okay? And it normally negatively impacts your team and yourself because the body doesn't know the difference. When you talk bad about somebody or you talk bad about yourself, your body doesn't know the difference, okay? So what's going to end up happening is you are going to feel those negative emotions, whether you believe your confidence is at a high level or not, because it's like an incantation speaking a spell into your body. So you don't want to do that. Stop finding somebody to blame. On the good habit side, you want to do a pro and con, right? On the good habit side, you want to congratulate people on picks that they're getting, movements that they're making, heals that they're dishing out, you know what I'm saying, damage that they're doing to certain people, CCing, stuff like that. You want to congratulate over blaming, okay? That's going to help the team morale and help you guys continue to synergize even though you don't know each other, okay? And that's okay. Now, let's move along. Demanding switches, okay? So this is a big problem in Marvel Rivals and a lot of player versus player matchups. So demanding that people switch or saying that somebody switch just because you feel like it would be a better situation. You've never seen the person play before. The match just started, and you're just demanding that they switch in a very rude manner because you got hurt by another Johnny Storm in the game before, so you don't want to see him in this game, or another Spider-Man didn't Spider-Man the way you thought he should have, and so any other Spider-Man you see in the future, you're just batting him down and giving him nothing but negative criticism. So you don't want to do that. On the flip side of that, you want to make suggestions. If there's something that you know is not going to work out, but you have some precognitive vision that you see that, okay, we're going to lose if you play that like that. Now, that's a suggestion, okay? You can make a suggestion like, hey, would you mind switching to this? Would you mind switching to that? Use your manners, okay? Yeah, use your manners. That is not a lost practice. You want to make sure you use your manners there. So look, now, panic alts and selfish alts is a big issue as well. Now, if you've got a cloaking dagger who's ended up on a point by herself, and the team has bought a spiker, and she us against the world immediately, right? But there's no one there to get the benefits of that us against the world. Okay, so you don't want to do that by yourself because that's called a selfish alt. It's a panic alt. You're only using that alt because you don't want to die right now. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You want to wait, and you should die without utilizing your alt. Save that action-packed boost in battle and use it when you have your team with you, so you can get some benefits out of it. They can push forward, utilize that extra heal over time and damage over time to their advantage. You don't want to utilize your shields on Sue too early because you want to live. You know what I mean? You don't want to utilize your freedom rush on Captain America because you want to live. You want to use these things for your team. All right. Now, on the flip side of that, we're going to be comboing alts, right? Instead of just shooting off your alt whenever you think is cool, why don't you talk to your team and make sure it's a good time to do that, and you guys can combo with something to get more and better and bigger benefits out of said alt. All right. Now, you also want to move over to there's another thing that we do bad is it's double support alting. I'm sure you guys have seen this happen before, where we us against the world and shields up. That's redundancy, right? You know, we're undefeatable. You come out of there with the menace, right? You don't want to do that at the same time that there's another support alt going off because it's redundancy. You're not going to get the benefits of each alt individually when they're doing the same thing at the same time. So if it's a HP over time, heavy HP heal over time, you want to make sure that you stagger those alts off. Combo your alt and stagger them with your teammates, right? So, and you also want to look at whether other team, your enemy team has utilized their support alts yet. That should dictate when you use your support alt, whether you're using it to counter another alt or you're using it to stagger off another alt. Now, I'll give you a little tip for you cloaking dagger mans because there's a lot of cloaking daggers in every fight. So, if you have a cloaking dagger on the other team and that cloak pulls her alt, okay, you do not immediately have to pull your alt to counter. Wait a couple of seconds and then pull your alt so that your alt will stagger and overlap on the other side of the alt to where you have a couple seconds afterwards to get the benefits and help your team. That it's almost like if you guys watched Fast and the Furious and you saw Dominic Toretto, you know what I'm saying, versus Paul Walker, right? Or or Benito versus Paul Walker, in a situation where you pull your nos too early. That's literally what we're talking about right here. You hit him with two soon busted, and then you pull your alt a couple seconds after theirs to get more benefits out of hitting that alt at a later time instead of doing it early. You don't want to fire it up too fast. Now, you also want to practice calling your alt percentages. Okay, that's a good habit. All right, calling alt percent. I am 65% of my alt. I'll have my alt in the next fight. These are things your team wants to hear. When are you going to be able to help us out? That's what we want to hear. So, a couple of bad habits. Find someone to blame. Demanding switches, panic alting, and double support alts. Okay, a couple of good habits are going to be congratulating people's picks and your players, making suggestions using your manners, right? And comboing alts and calling alt percentages. You want to make sure you're doing those things and not the former. Okay. So if you guys have any issues with that, you guys let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll go in the comments. We'll see what's going on with you guys. We'll watch some games and we'll get y'all worked out, man. So you want to make sure that Luna, the Cloak and Dagger, the Invis, the Manus, oh, those are standalone alts. Let them do their thing on their own. There's no reason to stagger them or stack them like that. So also, if you guys want to start working on character breakdowns, let me know. We can start deeper diving into characters' text and what they do right or wrong, or what's the best way to play those characters. Don't take my word for it. I'm just the Grandmaster, but we'll go ahead and get you guys worked out, man. No worries. All right. Thanks for coming by. We'll have more facts for you, more habits, and more play styles for you coming in the future, guys. So stay tuned. QLF. We're always here for you. Peace.